Okay, now going down below. Okay, so what changed here is I've got 4 different connections here. I went ahead and dug it up. Had to replace the glass with switches so they actually function. I actually have inverted redstone on 2 of these so that the switches will all face the right way. We're only going to be working, originally starting off just 1 boiler. So we'll start that off right there. And I need my scaffolding. Scaffolding is a wonderful, wonderful tool. Okay, so we've got the 5 dynamos that we built earlier. Now, this will supply enough power where all the devices will be powered up fairly consistently due to the pulses on the system. So there we go. Nice thing about scaffolding, boom, whole thing comes down. Okay, so this power plant is ready to go, so when it's activated we'll switch that one. Now, I need to get the fuel line connected up, and so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to have to go to storage and get some more item decks, and let's see, this. I'm going to have to do temporarily change here. Another obsidian chest on top. So when I turn that on, that goes on, and in theory, this one in the middle should also, does not go on. Okay. Oh, because I have some of the things, well, it going down to the bottom one is not that big of an issue. It's just adding what I call buffer, and I'm actually going to be adding a great deal of buffer. This is to allow let me get this set up correctly. I don't need those. I'm going to need item decks and scaffolding. So add one of those, add one of those, add one of those, and I'm going to need a bare hand. So we then look at it, invert it, and where's my wrench? Boom. So this will, and also I want to really? It's going to drive me nuts if it's facing the wrong direction. So if this wrench turns it around. I want them all facing the correct direction. There we go. Okay, so next one. Item duct, pneumatic server, and that on. Invert the signal. Item duct. Manic server. Another chest. Invert signal and wrench. There we go. Now, this sounds silly, but if you did see the previous bases, the importance of having a buffer is pretty important. In case you get a clog or a default in the system, you don't want your entire system to shut off. Now here I'm just going to do straight up item duct. There we go. Okay, so there we go. All right. So that is what I call the fuel line, the buffer section up there. So this is all set, ready to go. Once I pull that lever, I'll have to put in some feeder fuel in it, of which I have tons of. So this, in theory, should set up. And then once the sludge boiler starts kicking on, I'll start building the automation for that. We want peat and piles of ash to go to the fuel line, and other items to be processed, and I'll be looking into what I can sieve as well, and possibly do some additional automation as there. So that is currently the base. Let's set it up. This is just from clearing the forest in the area. Oh, great wood I don't necessarily want to get rid of right away. And throw this stuff in there. This should give it enough to get it kick-started. Now, since the sawmill and everything is inoperable, I'm just going to turn these into planks manually. You notice they're already blinking away. Now, these are high pressure boilers, so they actually will take a little bit of time to fire up. Once this whole thing gets fired up, it will last indefinitely. And so that's the key. And once I get it running full speed, I'll then start turning on other boilers for the sake of it. So I've got planks. Okay, so let's go downstairs. Okay, as you see, wood is coming down here, and it's actually going to be going in the chest below hand. We want to turn on this one here. So, flipping the switch. If you notice, you'll start seeing wood coming out here. Water's at full thing. It's going to take a while for it to store up steam. And there we go. The furnace is kicked on, and once it generates enough steam, it'll kick on the steam dynamos and then start powering up the machine upstairs, which will then start feeding it more wood. So it's a perpetual machine. Once it's built up, it actually generates a lot more power than people may realize, especially with the setup I've got. I have a tendency of overpowering my equipment just to make sure, and in my experimentation, that setup I have is beautiful. So, this is Turlo Loman signing off for this episode. Next episode, we'll be expanding the automation on the sludge boiler. So, thank you.